Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 2nd, at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 701 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Michigan board censures GOP region for witches comment. Air Force general says of Army's long-range precision fires goal, it's stupid. Officials, elementary teacher solicited sex with 2-year-old. Republicans trod well-worn path to court to sue Biden. UK bans travel from 4 more nations over virus, 39 in all. Tesla 1Q sales of 185K more than double last year's numbers. China says H&M changed online map after criticism. Latino activists protest renaming Illinois school after Barack and Michelle Obama. USS Johnston, sub-dive to deepest known shipwreck. Wildlife trader with SC connection arrested after deadly snake sent to Florida. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Derek Chauvin trial live updates. 2 more Minneapolis police officers testify. 1 explains what happened after George Floyd's arrest, USA Today. 7 detention officers fired after death of Texas inmate, NBC News. Larry Brown hopes Roy Williams allowed to choose next North Carolina coach, ESPN. Andrew Yang hospitalized, NYC campaign events cancelled, Fox News. Kia MVP ladder, relentless James Harden keeps on rising, NBA.com. US and Iran agree to indirect talks on returning to nuclear deal, The New York Times. Myanmar cuts wireless internet service amid coup protests, Associated Press. MLB The Show 21 coming to Xbox Game Pass at launch, IGN. Why Ken Burns will never make a documentary for the streaming giants, Yahoo Finance. PS5 bundles are in stock at GameStop, update, sold out, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Watch live, Chauvin trial, prosecutors seek justice for George Floyd's death. Watch, Sean Spicer accidentally on mute could be the weirdest interview of 2021. Sean Hannity blames hate attack against elderly Asian woman on defunding the police. I had an abortion at 23 weeks, here's what I want you to know. U.S. employers add nearly 1 million jobs in March as stimulus kicks in. Pathetic ghoul, Lindsey Graham slammed for assault rifle photo op. Major Biden is a good boy who needs time to adjust, dog experts say. Fox News host puts the blame for woke military on Michelle Obama. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene targets Dr. Fauci in stupid, nonsensical bill. Mom told daughter she'd been shot as April Fool's Day joke and it did not end well. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Experts warn parents after infant deaths. Talladega selling laps for tornado relief. Fentanyl-laced ecstasy found in Houston. Employee arraigned after $10K stolen. Woman shoots man after he talks to his ex-girlfriend. Construction crews unearth piece of history. Teens arrested in connection to overdose deaths. Federal jury finds Macy man guilty of assault. Students happy and inspired upon returning to in-person special classes. 5 shot in boyfriend-girlfriend fight. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Derek Chauvin trial updates, police responses in spotlight on day 5. Experts grade California's vaccine rollout. Manhattan sales market is poised for a revival, just a year after it collapsed. US and Iran agree to indirect talks on returning to nuclear deal. Taiwan train crash kills at least 36 people, injuring dozens. The Women's Final Four guide, preview, start time and more. Broadway returns in Australia. The 2021 Oscar-nominated short films review, major issues in brief. U.S. adds 916,000 jobs in sign of surging labor market. What happens when CRISPR and capitalism collide? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Passengers cruise through Italy's Easter festivities on MSC Grandiosa amid country's coronavirus lockdowns. Georgia Senator Ossoff rejects Biden's baseball boycott over new voting law. U.S. to have indirect nuclear deal talks, Iran quickly pushes back. Fox News obtains photo of two girls rescued after being dropped over border wall. Paulina Poroskova reacts to criticism for posing in lingerie in her 50s, I still think I look pretty good. Asian American woman in Texas upset after Chick-fil-A wrote China on her receipt. Hunter Biden claims he doesn't know if laptop is his, reveals father once chased him during drug intervention. Border Patrol chief who posted video of children being dropped over wall, they were so resilient. Andrew Yang hospitalized, NYC campaign events cancelled. Francisco Lindor reveals what he hopes to be at end of Mets contract. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, April 2nd. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Big Three basketball returns to CBS this summer beginning July 10th. Gonzaga a big favorite entering Final Four, but Sportsline's Kenny White thinks UCLA can keep it close on Saturday. 44 pounds of cocaine seized from freighter anchored in Maryland. Sacramento teacher faces criticism over remarks made on social media. Arrests made in largest meth seizure in Miami-Dade history. Regal Cinemas slated to reopen hundreds of their screens today. Can Gonzaga's Mark Few finally win a championship? CBS Tracy Wolfson points to Bulldogs' unselfishness as key. Restaurants reopening, where do they stand, and how do they recover from COVID? Behind on rent, in danger of being evicted? Here's what you need to know. Caring during COVID, how parents can help their children handle pandemic-related stress. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Footage showing Putin for Alexei Navalny in jail is leaked to strongly pro-Kremlin media. England's R8 remains stable and is between 0.8 and 1, Sage says. UK set for milder 53F today as parks brace for an onslaught of visitors at start of Easter break. Biden pledges his support for Ukraine in first call with President Zelensky. Pakistan and Bangladesh are put on the travel red list. UK taxpayers pump 21M into fitting out Dutch vaccine factory that EU have now blocked. Blackpool Council votes to ban lap dancing clubs as seaside town bid to become family-friendly. Where have all the Easter eggs gone? Angry shoppers share snaps of empty supermarket shelves. Waiters share the most awkward dates they've witnessed while working in restaurants. Burton home built with a new bus stop blocking the front door. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The pandemic may set women back by a whole generation. How the Ever Given was freed from the Suez Canal, a visual analysis. Syrian Kurdish forces end sweep in camp housing as families. Christians mark Good Friday amid lingering virus woes. Italian pizza shop owner mistakenly sanctioned by Trump. I thought it was a joke. U.S. officials and other signatories to Iran deal to meet in Vienna next week. COVID-19 live updates. Australia reviewing blood clot case in man who received AstraZeneca vaccine. India urges China to expedite army disengagement in Ladakh. San Marino, the micronation within Italy, stokes envy with speedy Russian-supplied vaccine campaign. The Ever Given is free, but litigation could prevent it from leaving the Suez Canal. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. COVID live. Boris Johnson warns UK against indoor Easter gatherings. Vatican vaccinates homeless people. Derek Chauvin trial. Senior police testify over George Floyd death. Live. I couldn't bear to look. Taiwan train crash survivors tell of escape. Preston v Norwich. EFL updates and Premier League news. Live. Biden set to talk up economic resurgence after promising jobs news. US politics. Live. Department of Justice reportedly investigating whether Matt Gaetz paid women for sex. Amid unease on the left, Starmer aims to bring labor home. Jimmy Kimmel on Sarah Palin and people who only believe in science when it happens to them. U.S. economy adds 916,000 March jobs as vaccine rollout fuels hiring boom. As COVID cases in France surge, Macron Superman image is fading fast. Philippe Marlier. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Russia fines Twitter for not taking down calls to protest. At least 54 dead in Taiwan train crash. Biden's use Easter message to promote COVID-19 vaccinations. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Uber order to pay $1.10 and to blind woman refused rides. China driving out journalists, EU says after BBC Sudworth leaves. Ethiopia's Tigray conflict, world powers condemn human rights abuses. Russian troop buildup near Ukraine alarms NATO. Taiwan, dozens killed as train crashes and derails in tunnel. Sachin Tendulkar, India cricket legend in hospital with COVID-19. Taiwan, rescue efforts after train derailment. Dutch PM Rutte narrowly survives no confidence vote. James Charles, YouTube star admits messaging 16-year-old boys. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Derek Chauvin trial live updates. 2 more Minneapolis police officers testify. 1 explains what happened after George Floyd's arrest. Chicago police officer placed on administrative duty after fatal armed confrontation with 13-year-old boy. What should you do if you see police using excessive force? Legal experts say film it, just as bystanders did in George Floyd's death. Free enterprise hosts helping former inmates start own businesses. 7 officers were fired after black man died in a Texas jail. His family says he was having a mental health crisis. Excitement and caution. Easter, Passover and Ramadan plans are complex this year amid COVID-19 vaccine rollout. The day in pictures. FDA permits changes to Moderna's vaccine allowing for more doses in each vial. J&J trials begin vaccinating teens. Live COVID-19 updates. Today in history for April 2nd. Showbiz Minute, 1619 Project, Godzilla vs. Kong, amusement parks. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California is far from mission accomplished on COVID-19 fight. Here is what to worry about. Orange shooting gunmen who is victims and how to trap them. Column, in recall of governor, is California GOP smoking an exploding cigar? Column, Conspiracies Run Amok. Did you hear the one about Joan Rivers, Michelle Obama and the Clintons? Youth activists score victory as LA to fund $1.1 million city youth department. Drought is back, but Southern California faces less pain than Northern California. Earthquake, 4.4 quake near Fortuna, California. Lines around the block at Amoeba Music's grand reopening in Hollywood. California lifts 120-mile travel advisory but still wants you to stay home. Love and evictions in Echo Park, the border crisis and spring trainings return 34 photos from March 2021. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. A raise or a 4-day week, biggest German union seals new deal. Taiwan train crash, 48 killed, 66 hurt in collision with runaway truck. In potential breakthrough, US and Iran agree to resumption of nuclear talks. Best to not hold Tokyo Olympics, medical experts say, citing considerable risks. Myanmar cuts wireless internet service amid coup protests. Met Police did not know officer was member of a terror group until anti-fascists leaked data. Philippines says illegal structures found on reefs near where Chinese boats swarmed. UN official warns of bloodbath in Myanmar if coup isn't reversed. Russia now requires all smartphones and devices in the country to have Russian software pre-installed. Ethiopia, 1,900 people killed in massacres in Tigray. Identified list compiled by researchers of victims of mass killings includes infants and people in their 90s. Two-thirds of epidemiologists warn mutations could render current COVID vaccines ineffective in a year or less. Taiwan train derails in tunnel, many feared dead. Official Chinese television has invented a fake French journalist defending the regime against allegations of genocide against the Uyghurs. Rainbow-colored Black Lives Matter statue inaugurated in Budapest, and broken down in a few hours later. The next headlines are from Forbes. No thank you, Mr. President. GOP states still end mask mandates despite COVID-19 rise and warnings from Biden, CDC. ITZY, Shine, Superm, Red Velvet Wendy and Kang Daniel, 5 K-pop releases to look forward to in April 2021. Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 3, Who is the Power Broker? Kanan Smith found himself and his high country sound after leaving major label deal. Tesla's quarterly electric vehicle deliveries top expectations, but growth pace cools. In new book, John Boehner describes trying to get Roger Ailes to control the crazies at Fox News. Cincinnati housing crisis, dial market rate production up to 11. Socialists sow chaos in rebounding Chicago housing market. 5 poets share their National Poetry Month book recommendations and writing advice. All the ways Blackpink's Rose made Hot 100 history with On the Ground. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID research updates. A nation's race to vaccinate adults protects unvaccinated kids, too. Melting glacier threatens to shove a mighty river off course. Why is it so hard to investigate the rare side effects of COVID vaccines? English is the language of science, but precision is tough as a non-native speaker. After the WHO report, what's next in the search for COVID's origins? Why you have to dive headfirst into English to master it. Quirks of kids' cancers are revealed, and could shape hunt for drugs. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,696,027,726 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Box office, Godzilla vs. Kong at $6.7 million, eyes huge pandemic opening. Exceptional Mind students voice HBO Max series on the Spectrum. Demi Lovato reenacts the night of her overdose in harrowing Dancing with the Devil video. Topsy Penny displays bold career choices and bolder opinions exclusive. Citizen Pen sells to Discovery Plus, Lens May premiere exclusive. Brit Awards, UK venues consider vaccine passports, but Parliament opposes idea. Netflix's The Witcher Season 2 wraps UK shoot. Cereal Box renames itself Realm, launches free podcast strategy exclusive. Adriatic Film Festival's team for online event, Global Bulletin. Rapper Bad Baby claims to break OnlyFans record by earning $1 million in 6 hours. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Nearly 50 dead as Taiwan train derails inside tunnel. Watch Live, Day 5 of testimony in the Derek Chauvin trial. Roaring back, employers add 916,000 jobs as economy emerges from winter slump. Fauci expects surge in vaccinations to keep a fourth coronavirus wave at bay. These are the businesses speaking out against Texas' newly proposed election laws. Green New Deal leaders see Biden climate plans as a victory, kind of. With Trump off the ballot, Republicans look to regain votes in the suburbs. This news publisher quit Facebook, readership went up. Chauvin's former supervisor testifies restraint should have ended much sooner. UNC men's basketball coach Roy Williams retires after 33 seasons. The following headlines are from The Week. U.S. and Iran agree to indirect talks on nuclear deal. U.S. economy adds 916,000 jobs in March, 1 year after the pandemic took hold. Report, Gates investigation focuses on payments to women. At least 48 people killed in Taiwan train accident. A ship-sized metaphor. Israeli politics might just break one of its greatest taboos. Biden slams the door on Reaganism. George Floyd's girlfriend, paramedics testify in Chauvin trial. The Satan shoe saga ends with the 666th sneaker unsold. The Daily Gossip, the Knives Out sequels cost Netflix a pretty penny, Jen Shah's court arraignment get postponed, and more. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Alleghi this week, elections and abortions and grid reforms, oh my. No justice, no rent, after Winter Storm Uri, tenants go on strike. Texas activists took their fight against a natural gas project abroad, and are winning. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Are diamonds really forever? Quantum mechanics says yes. CDR primer, carbon removal 101. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Jupiter's Great Red Spot has a dark secret, it feeds on smaller storms. There are ocean currents under the ice on Enceladus. A billion years from now there won't be much oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere. The debris cloud from a supernova shows an imprint of the actual explosion. The closest star cluster to Earth is being dismantled in front of our eyes. Simulating the universe a trillionth of a second after the Big Bang. Seen from space, Iceland's new volcano lights up the island at night. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, April 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Hummingbird having a spring meal. Follow the to Arcturus, drive a spot to Spica. A new Goldilocks black hole. Billions of brood X cicadas set to emerge in spring 2021. TESS's exoplanet catalog grows to over 2,200 worlds. International Space Station passing a mineral moon. How to see the Southern Cross from the Northern Hemisphere. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Panic rooms, birth certificates and the birth of GOP paranoia. Paper plates and school buses, what you might have missed in Biden's infrastructure plan. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. They thank me, Jerry Falwell Jr. says Liberty community still embraces him. FDA allows Moderna to put more coronavirus vaccine doses in each vial. Army probes missing rifle from National Guard unit deployed to the Capitol. Bloomberg alums are back in action, and turning on their own. Opinion: the Supreme Court isn't as conservative as you think. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NRL 2021 Round 4 live updates. Storm face Broncos, Rabbitohs hand Bulldogs unwanted 93-year record. Gladstone usurps Brisbane as much cheaper inland rail destination. QLD Health updates COVID venues after identifying missing link. Kangaroos need to stay calm and carry on, David Noble. NSW on alert for vaccine reactions after blood clot hospitalization. As it happened, AFL 2021, Bruce kicks 10, Bulldogs thump North Melbourne. Amazon documentary will haunt the Giants all season. Premiership Tiger dropped for match against Swans. The one that got away, how Weirdos let a Wallabies prospect slip. Why King's Minds mean so much to the Newcastle Knights. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. This accounting firm will let staff choose start times and clock off early in the summer. Need to know why the jobs report will be important, even if no one is around to trade it. Google pledges $29 million to new EU fund to tackle fake news. Tesla will sell sustainable credits to Volkswagen in China, according to report. Gang of international Lego thieves arrested in Paris heist. Asia markets, stocks rise in Japan and China, most other major markets closed for holiday. The Wall Street Journal, FDA investigating cause of bad batch of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. Market Extra, Carol Stryker is first woman to take reins of KPMG's U.S. deals team. Here's how she got there. The Moneyest, I cut his hair because he won't pay for a haircut. My multi-millionaire husband is 90. I've looked after him for 41 years, but he won't help my son. The Moneyest, my aunt took over from me as my grandmother's power of attorney and executor of my grandfather's $1.3 million estate. Should I retaliate? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. 6 best YouTube channels about inventions and ideas in 2021, The Nation Roar. Trump rule would allow unlimited vaccine price hikes, The Intercept. Company key in vaccine supply cited for violations, Arkansas Online. Big Pharma tells justices to keep a sign or estoppel, Law 360. Caltech files original complaint against Microsoft, amended complaints against Dell, HP, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Carol A. Freeman obituaries sent Trib.com, Sentinel Tribune. The Brexit deal, shot in the arm or kick in the teeth for the pharma sector, JD Supra. Long-standing deemed to step down, unnews. U.S. spent millions funding research on COVID-19 drug, but doesn't hold patents. Dow, Biopharma dive. Ontario Superior Court dismisses Apotex Statutes of Monopolies and Trademarks Act claims regarding olanzapine, JD Supra. The next headlines are from Quartz. S&P record, Easter lockdowns, one who brings fear. Egyptian feminist Noel El-Sadai showed a generation of female writers how to be fierce. 7 ways to support the leadership potential of Gen Z. Why MasterCard just made a $100 million bet on Africa's mobile money market. India walks a tightrope between vaccinating its own people and sending vaccines to the world. Nobody has heard of this year's Oscar Best Picture nominees. The Safety Dozen. Warren Buffett's firm is proposing an $8 billion boondoggle to prevent the next Texas blackout. Biden's $2 trillion plan, yoga pants recovery, digital confetti. Kenya becomes the second African country to roll out 5G. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Sega the MCA Steam DB despite that site not hosting any pirated material. New York City Council passes police reforms that includes ending qualified immunity for NYPD officers. T-Mobile kills live TV service just a few months after launch. Undeletable coercive loan apps first hobbled and shut down your smartphone if you fall behind on repayments. NSA director says more domestic surveillance might stop foreign hacking, fails to explain why NSA isn't stopping much foreign hacking. Daily Deal, the complete Google Masterclass bundle. Amateur online detectives have apparently decided facial recognition tech is good as long as they're the ones using it. FCC wants to hear your thoughts on crappy U.S. broadband. Months after violent NYPD responses to protests resulted in hundreds of complaints, only 2 officers are facing serious discipline. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Bad baby. Law and order, organized crime. Cincinnati Reds. Texas Rangers. Brewers. Olivia Rodrigo. LeBron James. Dodgers. Good Friday. MLB. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Sex symbol MMA fighter flattens opponent with spinning back fist, then sprints out of the cage after record-breaking KO, video. Global stocks shoot past all-time high of $106 trillion as imminent end of COVID-19 pandemic heats up market sentiment. North Korean group demands apology and compensation from Japan over World War II-era atrocities. Sunlight renders coronavirus inactive 8 times faster than predicted, says new study. Russia's Sputnik V formula could be updated to protect against new coronavirus variants in just 2 days using new gene technology. U.S. government should investigate OnlyFans for promoting prostitution, GOP congressman says. Oil rallies after OPEC Plus decision to gradually increase production. China seeks to vaccinate entire city against COVID-19 in just 5 days after outbreak. Man armed with bottle of accelerant scaled gates of French president's residence, media. Xiaomi mocked online after spending 3 years on new logo that looks almost identical to the original. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Another Wirecard, invoices backing Greensill issued bonds never existed, administrator finds. Deliveroo debut declared worst IPO in London's history, sign of Amsterdam's growing dominance. As Russian tanks move toward Ukraine, the globe braces for World War III. Spanish tourism industry rebels against outdoor masked Korea's drones used to spy on beachgoers. Clear majority of Brits support vaccine passports to go to the pub, poll finds. UK reports 25 new cases of rare blood clots linked to AstraZeneca jab. Gaslighting, how leftists demonize and demoralize their opposition. Nothing to see here, Microsoft files patent to mine cryptos using human brain activity. San Francisco's corrupt politicians exposed in a Twitter thread. Suez Canal nearly doubles capacity to clear traffic jam of ships. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Muslim body in India seeks end to dowries, lavish weddings. Fire kills 3 in market near Rohingya refugee camp in Bangladesh. How COVID-19 has overwhelmed intensive care units in Syrian capital Damascus. American couple arrested over plot to join ISIL in Yemen. Ethiopia risks lengthy deadlock in war hit Tigray, report. Oil giants win New York climate suit as court urges political fix. This is how badly climate change has hurt food production. Myanmar protesters urge guerrilla strikes amid internet cutoff. Bangladesh teen held for offensive video mocking Hasina, Modi. Germany plans Beirut port reconstruction with conditions, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Michigan Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist claims Republicans don't want black people to vote. Virginia Supreme Court rules Charlottesville can take down Confederate statues. Gal blasts USAID for mishandling Ivanka Trump's women empowerment program. Ron DeSantis directs illegal immigration crackdown in wake of Biden's sanctuary country orders. Islamic State celebrates Mozambique gas hub massacre. Border Patrol Sector Chief, I worry smugglers will drop people over barriers further in desert where it's more dangerous. Exclusive, Monica de la Cruz, disturbing Democrat Vicente Gonzalez hit Chinese bank account. Watch, protester condemns pipeline projects, cisgender heteronormativity inflicting violence in our communities. China, American-style human rights stoke hatred. Joe Biden restarts visa programs for companies to outsource U.S. jobs while 17M Americans remain jobless. The next headlines are from UPI News. Visitor wins lottery jackpot on her way out of South Carolina. Look, Montana angler's 3.45-pound long-nose sucker breaks state record. Watch, off-duty firefighter removes 15,000 bees from car in parking lot. Book return to Nebraska Library was 50 years overdue. April Fool's Day Roundup, Velveeta Skincare, Duolingo Toilet Paper. Watch, cyclist rides from top to bottom of India in 8 days. Wild turkey crashes through second-floor window of a woman's home. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. India donates 200,000 COVID vaccinations to protect UN peacekeepers around the world. Look for the pyramid of light in the night sky known as the zodiacal glow. Tweet this hashtag today, and T-Mobile will donate $500K to classrooms across the U.S. Check out these new April Fool's gags from some clever companies online. Biodegradable algae solar panels clean the air while growing green energy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, April 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man returns from shopping to find 15,000 bees in his car. North Carolina man accused of poisoning wife with eye drops is arrested for allegedly starting helicopter fire. Medallion lost at beach found months later, 50 miles away. Amazon tweets trolling Congress were so bad that IT thought account was hacked. Mark Zuckerberg's dad said he could go to Harvard or have a McDonald's franchise. Runway dining at $540 a meal proving hit in Japan. Trick or treat, smell my feet, Oscar Mayer offering free shoelaces that smell like bacon. Man's shameless cat spotted in neighbor's real estate listing. Internet's hide the pain herald accidentally used by Swedish COVID-19 vaccine website. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. What's solar geoengineering, and why is it controversial? Digital art NFTs are all the rage, but they're horrible for Mother Earth. This AI-powered app detects COVID-19 using just your voice with 80% accuracy. Say it ain't so, LG will reportedly shutter its smartphone business next week. MIT robot uses radio waves to find and retrieve hidden objects. Scientists have created living robots that can self-heal and record memories. This package can guide you into a new career as a highly paid project manager. Empathy is not pity. The highest grossing language learning app, Babbel, is now on sale. New images of M87 supermassive black hole reveal magnetized ring around it. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Evidence of Antarctic glaciers tipping point confirmed. A robot that senses hidden objects. Dynamic model of SARS-CoV-2 spike protein reveals potential new vaccine targets. First of its kind mechanical model simulates bending of mammalian whiskers. Polarized photovoltaic properties emerge. A new state of light. Mice with hallucination-like behaviors reveal insight into psychotic illness. Global assessment of cumulative human impact to at-risk marine species over time. How brain cells repair their DNA reveals hot spots of aging and disease. New promise of forecasting meteor tsunamis. The next headlines are from Information Week. Does identity hinder hybrid cloud and multi-cloud adoption? New storage trends promise to help enterprises handle a data avalanche. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, April 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards Communications Program Mission Network Services Task Order. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Latter-day Saint leaders issue new warnings about survivalism and affinity fraud. Latest from Mormon Land, how COVID may have slowed church growth, remembering Chico Okazaki. 5 candidates line up to lead the Utah Republican Party. Utah women lost the most jobs during COVID-19. Returnships aim to help them level up, get back to work. Jana Reese, younger Latter-day Saints voted for Biden, but Trump fared well overall. Kate Higley, if America had background checks for guns, my sister might still be alive. Gordon Monson, Utah football is flawed at its core, but it can change, and it should. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland to visit Utah next week to review monument boundaries. Utah gymnastics team's mission at NCAA regionals, keep doing what you've been doing. More than 500,000 Utahns are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Rapid global heating is hurting farm productivity, study finds. NASA has a plan to punch an asteroid with a spaceship to protect Earth. Swedish carbon fiber battery could revolutionize car design. Leaked memo reveals concerning new brain disease in Canada. Coinbase sets direct listing for April 14th. Swiss robots use UV light to zap viruses aboard passenger planes. Feds say man broke into public water system and shut down safety processes. TSMC cancels chip price cuts, promises $100 billion investment surge. Amtrak unveils vision of expanded rail map under Biden's infrastructure plan. Supreme Court lets FCC relax limits on media ownership. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 4 people injured in 3-car crash in Dalewood. Missouri State House approves $35 billion spending bill, nothing allotted to Medicaid expansion. Pedestrian struck by vehicle at Delwood intersection. Woman sentenced to 5 years for fatal silicone butt injection at St. Louis hotel. Nonprofit helps victims of sex trafficking through jiu-jitsu training. Supporters of train travel visit Jefferson City to push for expanding services. Powerplex will host dozens of concert movie events, graduations in 2021. Baseball returns with changes for fans. Michael Strahan reveals fixed tooth gap was April Fool's Day prank. BJC Healthcare providing support to caregivers during the year of COVID. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Video, lightning sparks fire in Oceanside trees, homes threatened. Body found in bushes near North County motel prompts sheriff's investigation. IRS recalculates unemployment benefit taxes, refunds to start in May. U.S. projects up to 184,000 migrant children could arrive this year. Actor Dick Van Dyke seen handing out cash to job seekers outside SoCal nonprofit. Pfizer says its COVID-19 vaccine effective up to 6 months later. San Diegan's 50 and up start receiving vaccines as sites call for volunteers. SDSU to hold spring commencement in person at Petco Park. Lifeguards warn of bootleg surf camps. Netflix April 2021, everything coming and going. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Report, suspect in Italian spy case struggled with mortgage. In Italy spy story, Navy captain struggled with mortgage. How much of Netflix's bad trip is scripted? The answer is surprising. Wolf captured on hidden camera at National Park in Spain, first sighting in 100 years. America's intelligence community, an overview. Italy-Russia arrest, wife of Navy spy reveals dire finances. Italian Navy captain's wife denies allegations he is a Russian spy. Hidden camera catches nursing home thief in the act. Chinese police routinely spy on British visitors. Suspected Italian spy had 4 children, large mortgage newspapers. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukraine's foreign minister, Russia's current escalation is largest in recent years. India gets new batch of French Rafale fighter jets. Pentagon chief reaffirmed unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty. Belarus deploys troops to border with Ukraine. Russia confirms deployment of its troops near Ukrainian border. Russia sends more weapon to its proxies in eastern Ukraine. USS Gabrielle Giffords launches a ship-killer missile as part of shipboard operational testing. U.S. Marine Corps taps Boeing to sustain compact laser weapon system units. Russian secret Burlak tank allegedly leaks via social media. U.S. Army awards $1 billion contract for guided artillery rockets. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Nina Wu is a psychological thriller about exploitation in film. China's overseas loans actually do have strings attached, study finds. Telling a Chengdu man to stop smoking around you can be life-threatening. The end of New York City's Chinese banquet halls. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Actor Dick Van Dyke seen handing out cash to job seekers outside CA nonprofit. Here are tips to conserve water during severe drought. Video, suspects chased after breaking into family's car near Moraga Steps in San Francisco. The latest, homelessness in the Bay Area. Solano County health officials warned residents as COVID cases rise. Clusters of COVID-19 cases related to team sports in Marin County. Animals enjoy excellent Easter treats at London Zoo. Suspects killed by police in Fremont Hotel parking lot. Fire crews respond to Springs fire burning in San Mateo County. California leaders monitor possible COVID-19 spring surge. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Segura's hit in 10th lifts Phillies over Braves in opener. Most new cases since early February, continuing the March trend. Defending champ Barty to play Andreescu in Miami Open final. Duty sergeant, officers could have ended Floyd restraint. Capella, young guide walks past Spurs 134-129 into OT. Ross lifts Magic over short-handed Pelicans in overtime. Opening day, snow, stars, fans and a virus postponement. Bostic's big night give Palatine Battle of the Tracks win over Fremd. Downers Grove South tops Addison Trail. COVID-19 cancels 8 more high school football games. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Ocean's 11 director Steven Soderbergh to shoot movie in Seattle, looking for extras. Washington Supreme Court allows charges in Shamasa and recall to move forward. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in, unknown, January 4, 2021, 22:10 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth, 597.77 km, in Fiji January 4, 2021, 15:11 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.5 m, depth 20 km, in, unknown, January 4, 2021, 9:56 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, April 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Suspect and innocent driver killed after police chase ends in fiery crash on Houston's west side. Train derails in eastern Taiwan, killing 48, injuring dozens. Houston Black Restaurant Week starts today. Sunny Friday, a few raindrops Easter weekend. Spectrum Designs, one company's mission to lift up individuals with autism. Dad says mom accused of overdosing 6-year-old for life insurance was thirsty for money. Unaccompanied children to be transported from border to Houston holding facility today. 5 parents suing Katy ISD over district's mask mandate. Derek Chauvin trial live coverage, George Floyd's girlfriend recalls the first time they met, struggles with opioid addiction. Allen recalls mission to get fans in the stands during basketball team's early years. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. AP photos, Czechs hold noisy Easter procession amid pandemic. The latest, Filipinos mark Good Friday with deserted streets. Christians mark Good Friday as some holy sites reopen. Japanese leader to hold talks with Biden in U.S. on April 16. Virus pandemic overshadows Bulgarian parliamentary election. World shares higher after S&P 500 tops 4,000 points. Thai protest leader on hunger strike given 4 drip in prison. Train crashes in eastern Taiwan, killing 36, injuring dozens. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Ethics concerns over Cuomo's $4 million book payout punted to Cuomo-controlled ethics agency. Former NYC Schools Chancellor Carranza takes new job on EdTech. Extra Extra, the elusive hunt for rent-controlled NYC apartment. The big idea, mayoral candidate Diane Morales wants to bring social housing to NYC. East Village drag and punk venue Pyramid Club closes due to pandemic. Cuomo signs bill banning long-term solitary confinement in NY. Biden's infrastructure plan could bring aging Northeast rail into the modern era. What Johnson & Johnson's mix-up means for the vaccine rollout in NY, NJ. Governor's Island reopening May 1st with additional Brooklyn ferries. On cusp of new baseball season, author describes joy and torment of Mets fandom. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Syrians are victims of a war we did not choose. Should the 2021 climate summit in Glasgow still take place? Conserving tigers, elephants and bison, one LPG stove at a time. UN leadership necessary for fairer tax cooperation. Generation equality, Romans leadership as a catalyst for change, say 49 UN women envoys. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Shipments of Johnson & Johnson vaccine halted. FBI deploys creepy sentiment analysis tools to screen National Guard for pro-Trump sympathies. Trump blasts Biden's tax hike as globalist betrayal. Feds plan to broadcast government propaganda to streaming platforms. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Missing film designer found dead under garbage in NYC home. Coin firm pays it forward after Georgia man paid in pennies. Police, California office attack that killed 4 wasn't random. Did Pelosi prevent Rep. Tenney's son from attending swearing-in for no reason? Was this sign commenting on Trump's wives real? Did Lester Holt urge journalists to ditch objectivity? FBI, NYC morgue workers stole credit cards from dead people. George Soros to give $500 MTO Bard College in New York. Off-duty firefighter gets swarm of bees out of shopper's car. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking claims about asylum grants and immigration court attendance. Unfounded claims about Colorado gunman. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Comedian Jamie Kennedy on how he ended up in an anti-abortion propaganda film. Nobody knows food and drinks like an opera singer. Matt Gaetz keeps digging deeper holes for himself. The serial killer who murdered hippies on Southeast Asia's pot trail. Did Satan even have feet? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry prepare to have their second child their way. The perfect face mask is comfortable, washable, has 95% filtration and comes in a pack of 2. Joe Biden just might be the Democrats' Ronald Reagan. Biden pisses off Georgia Dems with support for moving All-Star game. Women's empowerment was Ivanka's biggest grift of all. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Aaron Judge has nightmarish opener, missed opportunities. Phil Mickelson cards disastrous 10 on 18th hole of Texas Open. Man knifed to death at London Vical for another fatal stabbing victim. Net Steve Nash, James Harden's injury day-to-day situation. Man fatally shot in back after argument on NYC street. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Discover variable star R Leonis. The inside story behind the historic first flight on Mars. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Fears of fourth COVID surge ahead of the holiday weekend. Officials race to contain fallout from spoiled Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine is 91% effective against COVID-19. Deb Haaland on the emotional moment Biden offered her the job. Women at forefront of COVID vaccine development. Female scientists at forefront of COVID vaccine effort. COVID cases soar among youth as U.S. braces for fourth wave. Biden administration unveils extensive offshore wind plan. U.S. braces for possible surge in COVID cases as more states plan to lift mask mandates. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Teen Wolf star Arden Cho says man threatened to kill her, screamed racial slurs. 15,000 bees await grocery shopper returning to his car. Chicago police fatally shoot 13-year-old boy, say it was armed confrontation. Georgia man who was paid a 91,000 greasy pennies saved from conundrum by Coinstar. Lifelong shelter dog adopted, then returned a day later for being too much work. Egypt wants $1 billion after ship blocked Suez Canal. North Carolina man arrested in connection with road rage shooting of Pennsylvania mom. Stall budget talks in Albany could delay state workers' paychecks, warns DiNapoli. CIT, deer flies through school bus windshield in Virginia, prances off unharmed. Gun background check surge after mass shootings. The following headlines are from military.com. Two competing bills now aim to secure health care for veterans sickened by burn pits. Airlift Wing commander fired amid allegations of inappropriate relationship. Pentagon reviewing request to house migrant children at California base. Tweets by Jack McCain, a U.S. military advisor, help injured Afghan pilot get surgery. Vaccine refusal rate at 3% among veterans, slightly higher in rural areas. Nearly half of Department of Defense employees got more productive when they started teleworking. No charges for son of retired Marine who fatally shot him in Florida home. Soldiers can now wear awards on Class B version of new Army green uniform. Meet Captain Star Eagle, Space Force swears in first female Native American intel officer. Australia to build guided missiles to boost defense capacity. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, what to do when your friends or family resist a COVID vaccine? Persist, gently. Column, Biden tackles infrastructure while Republicans put performative outrage over ideas. Asian American University students fear for elders after spate of racist attacks, urge others to speak out, it's up to us as a community. Childhood tantrums, nightmares and headaches are up in Chicago during the COVID-19 pandemic, according to a new survey from Lurie Hospital. Kankakee man charged Thursday with possession of child pornography, state police say. Illinois State Police Sergeant's vehicle rear-ended on outbound Dan Ryan. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Cook County releases 22,000 first-dose vaccine appointments, state records most daily cases since February 5 with 3,526 new infections reported Thursday. With fans back inside Wrigley Field, Chicago felt normal again for a few brief hours. 7-month-old puppy Danny hit by car in Chicago faces surgery, needs foster home, he's very, very lucky he survived. 4-year-old Chicago boy dies in fiery Bishop Ford crash involving Ida truck. The following headlines are from phys.org. How Biden's infrastructure plan addresses the climate crisis. Group urge pressure on Mexico to save tiny vaquita porpoise. Operation cleanup on plastic polluted Lagos beach. Evidence of Antarctic glaciers tipping point confirmed for first time. Consumers are searching online but not buying. Why? Consumer resistance to sustainability interventions. Study finds airborne release of toxin from algal scum. Canadians say just as productive working from home. Europe's heat and drought crop losses tripled in 50 years, study. Study shows promise of forecasting meteor tsunamis. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, April 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why do some people always get lost? How volunteers are helping keep coral reefs alive. What you should know about the new COVID-19 strains. Should you take a vitamin D supplement? Freezing away your fat, is cool sculpting the new liposuction? Medical reviews, scam complaints or weight loss diet pills really work? 5 best zinc supplements on the market. Best CBD oil for anxiety and depression. The Great Wedge of Astronomy. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Anti-India clashes erupt after troops kill 3 Kashmir rebels. Tendulkar admitted to hospital with COVID-19. Extremist kills self, her baby in Tunisia suicide bombing. North Dakota governor declares wildfire emergency. Agencies donate $200K to those impacted by Nashville bombing. AP photos, Moroccan mimics Charlie Chaplin to mask hardships. Good Friday and virus lockdown empty Manila streets. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, April 2nd, 2021. Word Game, April 2nd, 2021. Horoscopes April 2nd, 2021, Michael Fassbender, concentrate on what makes you happy. Ask Amy, I think I know why my no-filter fiancé has no friends. Harriet Cole, I had a spur-of-the-moment party, and people are mad at me. Miss Manners, how is my girlfriend going to learn if I don't interrupt her? Dear Abby, my husband lets the kids roam, and I don't know what to do about it. Sport climbing, 3 from Bay Area make national team. De La Salle rolls over Jesuits in Justin Allenbois' 100th game. Opening night meltdown, SF Giants blow 5-run lead, waste Gausman's gem in disastrous loss. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 1M Tennesseans vaccinated against COVID-19. Appalachian recovery programs get millions in federal grants. Russian entrepreneurs adapt to virus lockdown challenges. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Last-minute Trump rule would let vaccine makers hike prices unchecked. Right-wing state legislators make unprecedented attack on trans kids. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Whole body screening and in melanoma-prone families may improve early detection rates. Evidence for pevitrans, the Milky Way's most powerful particle accelerators. Flowers. Weight loss changes people's responsiveness to food marketing, study. Genome sequencing shows coronavirus variation drives pandemic surges. Evidence of Antarctic glaciers tipping point confirmed for first time. A statistical solution to processing very large datasets efficiently with memory limit. Climate change cut global farming productivity 21% since 1960s. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Suspect's suicide prompts Chicago police to finally close grisly 1989 murder case. Man missing from Englewood found safe. Police seek pair in Brownsville robberies. Woman shot Thursday in Chicago. Kankakee man charged for possession of child pornography. White Sox blow to run lead, fall to Angels 4-3 on opening night. Missing woman known to frequent Wicker Park. Horoscope for Friday, April 2, 2021. Chicago launching CTA vaccination bus. Zach Collins earned honor of opening day start, White Sox manager Tony La Russa says. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis artist selling top-covered sewer pipe home. St. Louis Circuit Attorney issues 10 felony charges in killing of K and Green. Neat Bakehouse is giving away free starter today for National Sourdough Day. Arcade in Cinema and Bar returned this season with outdoor films. She pleaded guilty in St. Louis' wildest heist. Now she's in trouble in Texas. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Detroit chef John Kung teams up with Funimation for Naruto-inspired ramen dishes. Regents to consider censoring GOP's visor after witches, assassination remarks. Jazz bassist Noah Jackson is now the music director and artist in residence at Cliff Bells. How Detroit's 313 Heart became an ever-changing selfie spot during the pandemic. A24 drops first full-length trailer for Zola, the movie about a Detroit waitress, wild Twitter thread. Detroit area musicians team up for darkly funny short film Pack Company. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, April 2, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings. Cafe Leonelli debuts soon. Ritual closes this week. 5-on Watson massage behaviors that Rusty Hardin is trying to normalize. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, Fish Fridays and Easter Sunday brunch. Conan's creator gets his own epic origin and death tale told. Former Grand Funker Mark Farner offers up his chili recipe. Astros 2021 by the numbers, 5 keys to the season. Marine Corporal is outside Cruz's house demanding answers for his anti-military nonsense. Best virtual bets, Buck, Latting Stands, and Art in the Park. Ricky Bird is the recovery troubadour. Upcoming Houston food events, a beer house goes Tex-Mex and a new South Texas breakfast. The next headlines are about world records making news. Intel Rocket Lake chip surprise and overclocking world records, CPU, news, hexes. Meet the world record holder who runs a water ski club in Lincoln, the Lincolnite. New Guinness World Record set in Bangor, the Bangarai. Cyprus woman breaks Guinness World Record for longest veil ever, stretching over 6 kilometers, News 18. How Dubai's luxury hotel earned Guinness World Record for highest infinity pool, Travel Daily. Wonderful, stressful, Ardil Telly who cycled from Kashmir to Kanyakumari in just 8 days, the Indian Express. Florida man sets Guinness World Record for watching Avengers, Endgame 191 times in theaters, Hypebeast. Dogs put on balancing act to break world record, Swindon advertiser. Guinness World Record attempt in 721 challenge for World Land Trust, Bucks Free Press. MSIOC team sets new DDR4 overclocking world record at 7,156 MHz, TechSpot. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Even Atari's reanimated corpse is getting in on the NFT grift. Amazon was reportedly considering a chain of discount stores before the pandemic hit. Universities across the country are being swept up in a large data fiasco. Great, now Sling TV and Dish are losing MASN and NBC regional sports networks. Area newspaper fixes own mistake with additional, weirdly uncomfortable mistake. Leaks hint that Google has new Pixel Buds and a Nest security cam in store. Movies on your favorite streaming services could be headed for Peacock instead. ICE is reportedly using OnStar location data to track suspects. Robocalls may get worse soon, and you can blame Facebook. This obviously fake NVIDIA RTX 4090 is ridiculous and perfect. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Matam in Senegal at 112.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 89.32 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 67.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Not an April Fool's joke, theatrical trailer for the Suicide Squad drops. The secret to a rat's sense of touch, it's all in how the whiskers bend. Zimos, owners of what used to be SCO, file suit against Red Hat and IBM. Microsoft's Cortana meets an untimely end on iOS and Android. Supreme Court's pro-Facebook ruling could unleash flood of robocalls. Feds say man broke into public water system and shut down safety processes. E3 2021 leak suggests paywall, NVIDIA streaming, Asus says it'll be free for all. Nintendo's latest Mario game for the Switch is $10 off today. Cable lobby says it hates Biden plan to expand broadband and lower prices. Prior to the Chicxulub impact, rainforests looked very different. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas GOP comes up with a new way to subvert the will of the people. My senator uses his image as a black conservative to cover up the GOP's worst behavior. Outright lies, South Carolina bill would require teaching based on Trump's ahistorical 1776 report. Fox News host Tucker Carlson smears AOC as a low IQ race baiter. Matt Gaetz branded an alleged small-time pimp after bombshell knit story. Kristi Noem mocked after claiming she's shocked Biden's infrastructure plan includes money for infrastructure. Matt Gaetz ridiculed for leaving evidence by reportedly paying for sex workers with Cash App. GOP manufacturing outrage to turn Biden's popular infrastructure bill into a culture war spat. Fox News pretends Matt Gaetz doesn't exist after disastrous Tucker Carlson interview. Matt Gaetz paid prostitutes using Cash App and Apple Pay, and there are receipts, Nick bombshell. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. No, Eric Greitens was never exonerated of sexual misconduct. Can America's problems be fixed by a president who loves John Meacham? Everything you need to know about vaccine passports. Green investing is definitely not going to save our behinds. Despite all the fake meat, Americans are still gobbling up the real stuff. Remembering Robert Hirschen, poet of the Mimeo Revolution. A new online film festival seeks solutions to injustice globally. 361 voter suppression bills have already been introduced this year. Oil exporting nations warn to diversify industries, or face civil unrest. The myth of the super Negro comes to Derek Chauvin's defense. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Colorado Sierra Nevada plans to develop commercial space station and serve space tourists, the Colorado Sun. From the archive, 2018 interview with Senator Bill Nelson, via satellite. Aliens urge UN member states ambassadors to support the Embassy for Extraterrestrials project, PR Newswire. Explore the extraterrestrial and extra weird with Rainn Wilson as Terry Carnation, YourCentralValley.com. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Tracking receptor proteins can unveil molecular bases of memory and learning, Medical Express. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Breaking news, new kingdom of life discovered, Symbio Beta. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, April 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.